Okay, let's find out what this madness is all about. Let's rescue her first.
Surely there must be another way. No, my lady, of course not. I'll do as you ask. Come here, Outlander. We must talk.
Okay.
It feels strange to talk to an Outlander in such a sacred place, but the Queen of the Night Sky insists. I need to render judgment on an important claim, and she says you can help me reach the correct decision.
This is about Chaldala and the Nerevarine, right?
Words of truth from the mouth of an Outlander. Remarkable. The Red Exiles and a few others believe that Chaldala is the Nerevarine. He's convinced them, but not me. I came here to consider my options. I fear a bloodbath if I oppose his claim.
Isn't there a way to prove he's not the Nerevarine?
Perhaps, but I must remain impartial. If someone else reveals the flaws in Chaldala's claims by comparing him to the failed incarnates, that might do the trick.
What do you mean, the failed incarnates?
We thought the incarnates were possessed by the spirit of Nerevar, but each had a critical flaw that made them destined to fail to fulfill the prophecy. Their spirits reside here. Yes, you should speak to the incarnates. I see Azura's wisdom now.
How do I talk to the spirits of the incarnates?
Take this pouch of blessed grave dust. Sprinkle a pinch upon the bones of the incarnates to call forth their spirits. Return to Ald'ruhn after you have learned all you can. Perhaps we can curb Chaldala's ambitions before they lead us to war. We need knowledge to defeat Chaldala, Outlander. Listen well to what the failed incarnates have to say.
The Nerevarine remains a promise unfulfilled, and I am as guilty of prideful posturing as every other failed incarnate that occupies this hall. Ask your question and let's be done with this, Outlander.
What ended your quest to become the Nerevarine?
The Nerevarine must listen as well as proclaim. I refused to accept wise counsel, which led to the doom of my tribe and the end of my quest to embody the spirit of Nerevar. Take my scroll and remind the wise woman that wisdom ignored is ignorance.
We are the failed incarnates, the Ashlanders who proudly proclaimed themselves to be the Nerevarine, but were found wanting. The Lady of Dawn and Dusk urged us to cooperate. So ask your question, Outlander.
What flaw made you fail to fulfill the prophecy?
Take my scroll and help the wise woman see the lie of unbridled power. I thought myself the reborn Nerevar, for I was the strongest, most powerful warrior in all the land. But power alone won't save my people. In the end, it couldn't even save me.
Once I was the hope of my people, but then my claim was proven false. Now I wait, and I hope for the Nerevarion's return. State your question, Outlander, and I shall do as Azura urges.
They decided you weren't the Nerevarien. Why?
To fulfill the prophecy, I followed a path of blood and war. In the end, my path became a road that led nowhere, and I was cast down from my lofty spot. Take my scroll, and help the wise woman understand the futility of a senseless war.
Mortal, let us speak.
Azura, you again. What do you want?
I foresaw your usefulness before you even set foot in Vvardenfell. Now comes a test that will challenge your ability to separate truth from lies. You must convince the tribes that Chodola is not the Nerevarien.
I communed with the incarnates, just as the wise woman commanded.
Doversy's wisdom outshines most other mortals. She recognizes the futility of Chodola's claim. If she rebuffs him, however, the tribes will turn on each other, and blood will flow. The staff, Sunra, it makes Chodola confident, reckless.
I know the staff is the source of his power.
Your instincts served you well. Chodola's path took a dark turn. However, my sight clouds when I look too closely. Sothasil built Sunra, but he did not create it with this vile purpose in mind. You must act on my behalf, and Vivek's.
Okay, we'll do as you ask.
Then go. Return to Ald'ruhn and help the wise woman reveal the falsehood of Chodola's claim. And let Saren assist you. She is my champion and a trusted friend of all Ashlanders.
How do I prove that Chodola isn't the Nerevarien?
Use what the incarnate shared with you. Their failures point the way toward Chodola's downfall. But beware Chodola's power. He may not be the Nerevarien, but some greater agency has lent strength to his conviction.
Why don't you simply reveal the truth to the Ashlanders?
Due to an ancient pact, I am not permitted to interfere in the affairs of Nirn. Even this casual discussion pushes the boundaries of that agreement. Instead, I must work through trusted agents, such as yourself and Saren.
Why are you helping Vivek? I thought you and the Tribunal were enemies.
Helping that arrogant imposter? Whatever gave you the idea that I was helping that murderer? Vvardenfell must stand. Everything I do in this regard serves that single goal. Best that you remember that, mortal.
I hope someday we get to meet this Azura. She's very proud, though. Okay, let's get back there and talk to Saren. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna ride all the way back there. So let's not ride all the way back there. Let's just, yeah, let's just travel there.
the moon and star, you've returned. The wise woman returned from the cavern of the incarnate and went right into Skar to meet with the tribes. Chodal is in there too, about to be named the Nerevarine. Tell me you came back with something to stop my brother's rise to power.
Well, I spoke to some of the incarnates and they gave me the scrolls.
Of course. Use the tales of the failed incarnates to counter Chodal's arguments. That's brilliant. Well, except for one problem.
Okay, what's the problem now?
An Outlander has no status in the Council. The Ashlanders won't listen to a word you say. Someone else has to present the arguments. Someone they trust. I suppose that means I have to challenge my brother. With your help, of course.
How can I help you if I can't talk during the council?
You spoke to the Incarnates, not me. I'm familiar with their stories, but I'll need you to help me choose the appropriate argument to counter each of Chodala's claims. I hate opposing my brother in this. I just don't see another way.
Okay, so when should I give you Incarnate Ranso's scroll?
Incarnate Ranso was strong and powerful. He thought that by strength alone, he could unite the Ashlanders. He failed. When Chodala proclaims his power, that's when we'll refer to this scroll's sad tale.
Okay, and when should I give you Incarnate Danat's scroll?
Incarnate Danat thought his way was the best way. He rejected the counsel of the Wise Women and the Ashkans, something Nerevar would never do. When Chodala proclaims he knows better than anyone, we'll use this scroll.
When should I give you Incarnate Adura's scroll?
Incarnate Aduri was a champion of my people. She defended us against great threats. But when she grew to love war for war's sake, she proved she wasn't the Nerevarine. When Chodala proclaims that war is the answer, hand me this scroll.
Alright, let's go dispute your brother's claim.
Incarnate Ranso was strong and powerful. Meet me inside.
Must we continue this farce? It's obvious that I'm the
Someone
Nerevarine.
has stepped forward to challenge your claim,
Seren,
Chodala.
I'm disappointed in you, dear sister.
Enough. I shall hear your arguments and render my decision.
Even the Outlander can see that I'm the most powerful Ashkan. My strength alone proves that I am the Nerevarine.
Let me hope we can remember this.
Chodala puts forth his great strength as proof of his claim. Give me the scroll that discounts such a trait for the Nerevarine.
I think it's Ranso's scroll?
Yes, that's a sound argument. Incarnate, appear!
As a warrior and as an Ashkan, I was the most powerful of my age. But for all my strength, I failed my people. Don't follow.
The faithless houses dare to threaten our land, but we shall meet them in battle, and I will lead us to victory.
Let's see if I remember the correct scroll.
This is more nerve-wracking than I anticipated. Which scroll do you recommend to counter this argument?
I think it's Adura's scroll.
That makes sense. I'll try that. Incarnate, appear!
I thought the path to the Nerevarine was a path of blood and battle, but my love of war was my undoing. War
These
is
failed
not
incarnates
the way.
prove nothing. I need no counsel but my own, as befits my status as the Nerevarine.
Yeah, the last one is gonna be easy.
I think it's working. One more strong assertion, and that should do it.
Well, Incarnate Danat's scroll should disprove that assumption.
Of course. Let's see what happens. Incarnate, appear!
I refuse to accept the counsel of the Wise Women and the Ashkans. I thought I knew best, but I knew nothing. That is not the way of the Nerevarine.
Seren and the Outlander, their arguments have merit. Chodala, we deny your claim. You are
This
not
proves
the
nothing!
Nerevarine.
Look how the staff protects me! I am the Nerevarine! Red Exiles, slay the unbelievers!
Okay. Okay, that takes care of that. That was one interesting fight.
Go to my hut and get my healer's sack.
I hate what my brother's become.
Right away, wise woman.
Talk to Azura.
Mortal,
Oh.
I would have words with you. Chodala has been revealed as a failed Nerevarine, but that hasn't dissuaded him from his reckless course of action. As long as he wields the staff, he shall be unstoppable.
So what should we do?
Time is against you, mortal. Even now, Vivek, that pompous usurper, grows increasingly weaker. As much as I deplore him, Vivek cannot fall to Chodala's vile magic. There's another power at work here. One I can't quite put my finger on.
There must be something I can do.
Return to Vivek City. Do what you can to aid Vivek, and pay heed to my faithful vessel, Saren. I name her Champion of the Moon and Star. She will play a pivotal role in ending her brother's march toward godhood, if she survives.
Okay, we'll return to Vivek City then.
That was exhilarating.
You mean this? However, I've noticed that now we're not floating in the air anymore. Okay, so let's return to Vivek's palace.
Lord Vivek, protect us.
Looks like he can't even stay up there anymore.
As a god weakens, so too does his city suffer. I know my people grow fearful. Even the Archcanon is distressed. But the energy that remains to me holds the moonlit in the sky. At least for now. So what news does my eyes and ears bring to me?
Well, we discredited Chordala as the Nerevarine, but he escaped with Sunara.
How this upstart Ashlander learned to attune Sota Seal's tool confounds my understanding. He dares use my power? Still, your help is appreciated. Every strike and parry takes us one step closer to ending this threat and restoring my vitality.
Due to Lord Vivek's condition, it falls upon us to find a solution.
Okay, so Daedric Prey has increased to rank 3. Let's take a look and see what's different with rank 3. Nothing much has changed there.
Lord Vivek must conserve his remaining energy, so we need to solve this problem on our own. It all comes back to Chordala. That damned Ashlander's draining the warrior poet's power. We need to stop him and get that damned staff.
Well, Sunara makes him invulnerable, so how do we circumvent the staff?
How should I know? That's not a skill the Tribunal teaches. Return to Barrelzar's tower and get Sota Seal's former apprentice to come up with some kind of countermeasure. I'm sure he knows more than he's told you. I do have one concern, though.
Okay, what's the concern?
You see right through me, Outlander. I have more worries than a Kwama queen has eggs. I'm talking about Chordala's sister. Seren claims to want to help, to want peace, but I don't trust her. Seek out Barrelzar, but be wary of the Ashlander's sister.
Okay, we'll return to the tower and see if he knows how we can circumvent the staff.
We need to stop Chordala, and to do that, we need to find a way to overcome the device he's wielding. Find Barrelzar and make sure that crazy mage provides you with something we can use to save Lord Vivek.
Can we be certain that the staff is required to save him?
Is the bull sure it can bed the Betty? No. But by all accounts, we'll be better off with Sunara in our hands and away from Chordala. That won't be possible, however, as long as the Ashlander remains impervious to every attack.
So why don't you trust Seren?
The female Ashlander? Well, if that wasn't enough of a reason, remember that she's also Chordala's sister. Blood sings to blood, as the warrior poet so elegantly put it. Be wary of that one, Outlander. She'll stab you in the back. Mark my words.
Yeah, for some reason I don't buy that. For her to stop us in the back would mean Azura is in on this whole thing, because Azura just named her champion. Okay, so we need to return to the tower here. Oh, cost to recall is too much. Alright, we're going to take a break here right now, and when we come back, we'll pick up with more Elder Scrolls Online.